So continuing on the theme this week of not wanting to look wrong, fear of failure and looking wrong, I did actually want to go into the subject of the fears of failure and not wanting to mess up. And I heard a quote once and I tried to look it up and see where it was, but it was something along the lines of you fail 100% of the time that you don't try. And I saw variations on this online of, like you don't try, you fail. But essentially, if you're not even trying, you're already failing. So I was looking at that because for me, the last year, I've been stepping into new areas with work, with things I want to do in my life, and it has gotten me halted and stopped in many levels. Like I just stop and I don't go further. And it's because of my own fears and my own fears of I'm going to mess up, I'm not going to look right, I'm not going to do this thing right or that right. And like I have to go in and learn how to do all of it first so I can actually know how to present myself in this way or that. And so I'm not even trying, I just stop myself. And yeah, I might then learn all these things, but I still have stopped myself. And it's not until I take the first steps and start trying that I will learn and that I will actually progress forward and I won't get past that wall that I've put up in front of myself. And so again, that quote of you'll fail 100% of the time that you do not try. And yeah, it's like, oh, I've kind of been failing. And it is about me not wanting to look wrong or stupid or, having people criticize me or laugh at me. And it's this fear of I'm not good enough and I'm not, going to be liked then, and people won't like me if I look stupid or if I mess up. And instead of playing with this idea of I am learning, like each one of these things is me learning and taking the next step and the next step. And I know for myself in certain areas of my life, like with travel, I called it baby steps, where I would take one little step and then a little step and a little step. And with travel back in my early 20s, I started to travel on my own and I would just do little road trips. I was living in Los Angeles at the time and I would do a weekend road trip and go somewhere, and then I started venturing out more, like not booking hotels ahead of time and just being like hitting the road and seeing what would happen. And I wanted to go to Europe and yet I was terrified, having never used public transportation. What do I do? And so I actually went with an organized tour to Europe. And I learned in that trip of, oh, this is how you use, the metro. This is how you get around and do things. Oh, okay, it's a lot easier than I thought. And this is how you do things in a place where you don't speak the language or, whatever. I was learning these little things along the way. So I bring that example in as you have to start taking these little steps to progress forward. And I had to learn that as well this last year of like, I can't just stay here. Because as I do just stay blocked at this place, my life feels so unsatisfying. Like, as I stay here going, nope, I don't want to face this, I'm not seeing it. Each day I'm like, oh God, I'm not happy. I'm so not happy with this. But as I take the little steps, I'm like, wow, that actually made me feel good. I actually just did that. Who cares what other people are saying? Who cares? Oh, interesting. Interesting. I just felt better by doing this one little thing. And, oh, I can actually take these little steps. Now, granted, I still come up against that wall, and there's days where I'm like, I'm not gonna face it today. So yes, it's not just that I pass this barrier and it's over with. I am still facing things of, working through these fears in myself that are coming up. So it is kind of, and I don't want to say a constant battle, but it's like, again, those little baby steps, you know, like taking the little steps to progress forward and trying, actually trying. And that's how I'm learning. I am learning how to do this. So I share this, again, fear of failure, you know, not wanting to look wrong, you know, fear of looking wrong, but then fear as well of not being good enough and being criticized and not liked. And it's all these things again of the, like, I'm comparing to the outside world of my worth and who I am. And yes, there's still, like, you want to connect with people and you want to be able to have a resonance with others and them, you know, liking and wanting to be around you. But also I cannot completely stop myself from progressing in the life I want for myself. And again, that feeling when you know, stopping myself completely, I was like, God, I am so not happy. Like, oh, it brings that energy way down. So playing with taking one little step, one little step, one little step, and progressing forward and seeing how you can actually, you know, step through those barriers that you have and start to really live the life that you want to be living. So as well, in the dialog box below, you'll see that I have a link to my coaching program, and I do help individuals start to step into themselves, to take these little steps that you want to take and progress forward with where you want to be in your life and who you want to be in your life. So take a look at that again in the dialog box below. And thank you again for joining me today. And if you are enjoying and getting value out of these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And thank you. I'll see you in the next video.